let's not play any games. You're here for a reason. You want to hear how this distortion plugin sounds like on an 808, and I'm the guy for the job. Here it is without the distortion on the track. And let's turn on the distortion right now. This is default shit. Disgusting, but there's more. So what we're looking at right now is Dist COLDFIRE. I don't know why they named it that, whatever. But there are 4 different types of distortion in this particular plugin. The first distortion is harmonic distortion, and that's pretty easy. Everybody uses harmonic distortion. It's basically when a transient is being modulated with another waveform, causing a harmonic distortion. The next one is inner modulation distortion, which isn't something I'm really familiar with, but we'll try it out, or we'll figure something out there. The next one is phase distortion. So number 3 is phase distortion. So basically like a phaser, it's kind of, you hear the little rises and falls, and it kind of like filters in and out. So that sounds interesting. And then last but not least, there is bit crushing, or in the case of them, they call it digital distortion. And that's pretty similar to lo-fi. And I'm pretty sure if you mess with a bit crusher, you know how that sounds when a waveform or an incoming transient gets reduced down into bits and grains. So back to this. So what I'm going to do is just solo the 808 so we don't have to deal with anything else. And then I'll preview some of the presets, because I know that's what people want to hear is the preset. So let's get it. So judging from the presets, there is a lot to digest. So when we get in depth here, I want you guys to understand that you're about to see something that is pretty rare when it comes to distortion plugins. And trust me, I wasn't hyped for this plugin at all. Like all Arturia plugins, you know, they suit it out with a hamburger menu where you can either make a new preset, save it, save the preset as, import, export, because I do have plans on messing with this a little more. Probably might make some presets for it. If you're wondering what 808 I'm using, I'll have it linked in the description box. And bruh, I know how to make some nasty 808s, and this makes it nastier. So right here, I'm at the resize window. Of course, you can resize that. I won't do it now. And they have built-in tutorials, so that makes it a whole lot easier. And then the user manual and FAQ. And then you can see the about as well. And I'll probably check out who designed this a little later for my own purposes, so I can harass them at Arturia. When we get into the inner workings of this plugin, you can see that there is an advanced window, and if you press this button, it brings down the modulation, which we'll talk about later. Now we're going to talk about the different distortions. So yeah, 2 different distortions running in either parallel or serial, and that is pretty unique again. So we'll talk about the different distortions over here. You have a bit inverter, so let's go ahead and hear that. Boy, this is going to be crazy for like drum and bass. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so you have that. You have bit crusher, wave folder, rectifier, wave shaper, transformer, force, tape, tube, germanium, and transistor. You can also duplicate whatever distortion that you have in side A into side B. So let that be noted. You can see that everything's about the same. And if you do select a different distortion, you have different parameters that you can mess with. So we have a bit crusher right here. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's turn this down a little bit so it's not too crazy. So it's pretty hard to explain like every inch of each different distortion all in one video. Just like halfway through playing with this, I think it would be ideal for any genre of music, either if you do like metal or some type of experimental style of music, all the way to like lo-fi hip hop, if you put on a bass guitar or just a regular guitar to an 808 clearly. But yeah, it's dubstep, drum and bass. Yeah. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? So you can't put filters on here. So you have the pre-filter, and if you select the filter, you will not be able to see it unless you go into advanced. So now you get control of the frequency. You can sweep it, add gain, and then you can see the filters that you have from low pass, high pass. So if the distortion in any shape or form gets a little bit out of control, then you'll be able to filter out any of those frequencies any way that you want. And even in post, you have that option too as well. And it looks like you could just reshape it and, you know, just make that into whatever you want. So, but yeah, you have compression, feedback, and so forth. And then what Arturia is starting to be known for is assigning like modulation. And then you can just assign it to whatever parameter that you want and get whatever you need out of it. So if I was just to choose a different function, let's go LFO. And then we'll assign an LFO to, I don't know, bit depth. Let's go ahead and see that. And yeah, boom. So let's hear it in this example real quick. Oh, don't mind me. I'm getting my face right for the thumbnail, because that's how I actually feel. So we have to try it on the guitar. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm not going to be a great player or anything like that. That's what Warren is for. Shout out to Warren Hart. And, you know, this is basically standard. I have it on like the rhythm setting here. It's a 5 switch. Single coil humbucker. And yeah, let's go ahead and hear this now. Damn. Let's go ahead and mess with the effect in real time. Got wave folder. Let's turn one wave folder on. Let's mess with the color a little bit. And let's go ahead and get in advanced mode. And let's add LFO. Let's go with a pre-filter. Let's turn it on. Add a little frequency, let it flicker along, and that should be interesting. Let's mess with the wave shaper a little bit, and actually let's change that into, I don't know. What would sound cool? A bit inverter? What the hell? And go around it a little bit. That's awesome. To add a little bit more volume on the guitar.